Hey, Dr. Stanley here. You know those times when you're feeling really worked up, really anxious, really stressed, maybe having those ruminating thoughts that just won't stop? I have a technique here to help you at those times, to help you kind of bring yourself down and take that edge off. And it's a technique called box breathing. This can help calm your body and calm your mind in a few quick minutes. Okay, so what is box breathing? Box breathing is called box breathing because it's in 4 parts that are all the same length, right? So it's easy to remember, box breathing. What you're gonna do is you're going to breathe in for a 4 count, you're going to hold for a 4 count, you're gonna breathe out for a 4 count, and you're gonna hold for a 4 count. And then we're gonna repeat that a few times. What does that do? It helps activate our parasympathetic nervous system, which is going to help put us back into a state of rest and relaxation instead of that state of fight or flight, which happens when we're feeling really anxious, right? With the box breathing, there's another tip I want you to do with it, and that's to actually draw a box with your mind, right? And so if you are doing those 4 counts, right, what I want you to think about, and I'm gonna draw it with my finger, you can draw it with your mind, but to be able to walk through it like this, we're gonna breathe in for 4, we're gonna hold for 4, we're gonna breathe out for 4, and we're gonna hold for 4, right? And we're gonna do that a couple of times. And by tracing the box with our mind, that helps keep our mind kind of extra activated and extra attended to the task because we have to count, we have to focus on our breath, and we have to draw that box. And if we're doing those things, guess what we're not doing? We are not suddenly spiraling about the thing that was making us so anxious just a few moments ago, right? It kind of works as this brief distraction for our brain, or a brain break is what I like to call it, right? So it helps us attend to something else. That way, whatever was getting us so worked up is not taking our attention for those few moments, right? If you're feeling worked up and you're at, let's say, like a level 10, and you're able to do some of this box breathing, and it helps bring you down a couple notches, right? You might be at a 7 or an 8 still, which is still, you know, that's pretty high, that's pretty stressed out, but I'm gonna take a 7 or an 8 over a 10 any day, right? Because just even bringing it down a couple of notches then empowers you to think a little more clearly, to maybe feel a little better equipped to handle that problem when you go back to address it, or to even then implement another coping skill, right? So maybe having that deep breathing bring you down and then be able to use some grounding or some distraction, something else to help bring you back down to your baseline. Another reason why I love box breathing is that you can do it anywhere, right? So it is something that you could be in the middle of a very important meeting and still take a few seconds to do some box breathing to help take that edge off. You can do it, you know, before a presentation, before a phone call that's making you nervous, maybe after you're feeling worked up, you know, use it then to come down. You can use it at any time, and others around you don't have to know that's what you're doing, right? So having some of these strategies, I call it tools in the toolbox, right? But having some of these strategies that you can use at any time, that's a great plan A, right? You start to feel worked up, you know that box breathing to utilize, and it helps bring you back down. What I want you to do is I want you to practice box breathing for a couple of times each day. Do it when you're already kind of feeling at a baseline so you can learn the strategy, you can learn how it feels. We are better equipped to learn a new strategy from our baseline than if we're already worked up and then trying to implement it, right? So practice it a few times a day for several days, kind of see how that feels, and then when you're starting to feel stressed or anxious, use that box breathing to help bring you back down.